Friends, welcome to the Feast of the Ascension, Ascension Sunday. A teacher told me recently that when she asked her grade 4s to draw a picture of the Ascension, not unsurprisingly, most of them did a fairly conventional portrait of Jesus rising up on a cloud. One of her students, David, who is a particularly gifted artist, had in fact a very different take. He had Jesus blasting off into the sky, and down the side of Jesus' pure white garment was the word NASA. And David provided all the sound effects for how he imagined the scene of the first ascension. He concluded, without any hint of irony, "Miss, the ascension must have been a real blast." Now, no one can blame David for marrying our modern culture to this ancient story. In fact, if some of us are honest, David's space shuttle Jesus is not far from what we think as well. The Ascension stories, however, are not primarily interested in how or when Jesus got back to heaven. John and Paul never mention it at all. Mark and Matthew have it happening on the same day as the resurrection, and Luke has it occurring 40 days after Easter on the same day as Pentecost. But the one thing on which all of the New Testament writers agree is where in heaven Jesus went and where he is now. At God's right hand. Even to this day, to be on someone's right hand is a place of honour. In the Old Testament, being on the right hand of David, Samuel or Elijah was to be the anointed or favoured one, the true son or daughter. In telling us that Jesus is now at God's right hand, the Gospels use a formal phrase to announce that God affirms everything that Jesus said and did on earth, and that he is the way for us to follow. Now, that can all be well and good, but Jesus goes one step further, and that's why today's feast is so important. Jesus taught us that where he is, we will be too, and he's going to prepare a place for us, and that in and through him we will have life, and have life to the full. The Feast of the Ascension is the day each year where we remember and we celebrate that just as Jesus was welcomed to God's right hand, so too will we be welcomed to the right hand of Jesus, to Christ's right hand. This is his promise. This is his faith. It's our faith, and it's the hope we're called to proclaim to the world. And let's get clear about who's on the invitation list. There is nothing we have ever done, nothing we're doing, or nothing we'll do in the future that will see our name taken off the invitation list. The challenge is accepting that we have a standing invitation and living lives worthy of the love that places our name on that list in the first place. The Feast of the Ascension announces that Jesus will faithfully accompany us no matter what, and that we will never, ever be left on our own. And because the Ascension is an Easter feast, it develops even further that there's nowhere, bar evil, where God does not dwell. Because of the resurrection and the Ascension, we find God everywhere we want to, in our homes, our work, our suffering, our old age, our young age, our emotional, sexual, financial, personal, and our spiritual turmoil, even in and through our death. And even though the writers of the New Testament are not too clear on the details of how the Ascension happened, what we initially see in this wonderful feast is so much more than we get. Thanks be to God, it is a blast that lasts for eternity.